Hi, Juan. Okay. What is your creative outlet of choice?
Storytelling and drawing.
Cool. What inspires you to be creative?
Social commentary.
Do any specific people inspire you creatively?
Yeah. Oh, that was the yes or no question, right?
Oh, like, do
No,
you have an
I know.
example?
Who?
Okay.
A couple of tattoo artists on Instagram, actually.
Yeah.
A couple of major tattoo artists that have some TV shows. One of Kat Von D's friends, his name's Nico Hurtado. He does a lot of pneumatic tattoos, so it's a tattooing in a different way using air power instead of electromagnetism, and the colors are much more vibrant. And the fact that he can do that on human skin is really impressive and very inspiring.
Cool. Is there anything special you do to get in the creative mindset?
Well, I don't know. I'm usually very creative after midnight, and I think that's typical. I think it's just the right time. You're not worried about anything else, and you're just yourself. Because a lot of it has to do with being yourself. And if I had a certain ritual to be creative, I think that ritual is actually reading. Yeah, just reading a good book.
Is there any particular place where you feel most creative?
Yes, in my own room, very reclusive. Actually, going back to the last question, ritual, the time in which I feel most creative is when I'm listening to This American Life. It's a podcast, so radio. Radio makes me feel more creative.
Oh, cool. Let's see, what else? How do you deal with creative blocks?
I don't. Not to say that I don't have them. That's not what I mean at all. I just don't think that tackling them head on is the best way to go about it. It's kind of, I know there's a Buddhist saying, and I don't remember the exact wording, but one of the worst ways to go about something is directly, and that has to do with I think reverse psychology. For instance, if you're trying to get somebody to do something, you have to be very persuasive or have some direct authority over them. Otherwise, they may not do exactly what you want, and they may even do the opposite. So I think that if I'm really trying to feel creative, I'm not going to say to myself, get creative or do something. I usually do something else, and then later I will feel creative. Yeah.
It's pretty insightful. Have you ever created something that you hated but other people loved?
All the time. All the time. It's actually typical for an artist to love a particular piece, everybody else hate it, and then vice versa. Usually our own work that we hate tends to really inspire others, and it's weird, and I don't know why it is, but it does happen. I think that some of my best work, as far as other people are concerned, is also what I think is maybe not my laziest, but my most simple. For instance, I had a series where I spent an entire summer in Taos only drawing windows. And it had to do a lot about poetry, really how you frame the world around you, so that's what the window went into. And it was also about solitude. I thought it was good, I didn't think it was bad, so it may not go directly with the question, but I didn't think it was my best. And everybody loved it. It was very introspective. But yeah, I don't know, sometimes I spend so much work on something and nobody even notices. It's awful. But yes, I've had that happen.
When people liked your work and that you hated, did it change your opinion on it at all?
That's a weird one. No.
Okay.
No, I still don't think that's my best work.
Okay, now I have one more question.
For sure.
Which is more important to you, creating something meaningful for others or creating something meaningful to yourself?
I believe in community and cooperation. A lot of me has to do with a lot of others. I have a lot of passions. One of them is community service, and that is inherently selfless. Um, if I had to choose, I say that because I don't like to buy into that dichotomy of others and you. But if I had to choose, I would be selfish, and I would say that just like with the Windows thing, it's about me, what I think about it. But all that to say, I value them fairly equally. I think that I believe in doing service to society, and if a work of mine helps somebody feel good about themselves, helps somebody get through a problem, inspires somebody, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think that's equally as important as something that I love, for sure.
Thank you so much, Juan.